What's up, guys? Back again on the channel, man. Wanted to let y'all know one of my major goals, and when I say this to people, they look at me like I'm crazy, but they don't understand, and here's why. If you're wondering what you're looking at, this is my mom's 2006 SRT8 Dodge Charger. She loves them all, but she got her hands on a Mopar. Always wanted one. Mopar, no car, and this thing is fast. I mean, talking about goals here, I have never beat my mom, not once. Now, just to defend myself, she does have like double the horsepower I have with better suspension, but that it is what it is. So I've been working on all of the cars that she's had here and there. Like I said, I mean, we're not over here swimming in money, but we do what we can because we love it. And it's great when you can actually share that with a family member. You know what I mean? Like that's major. So this is a car she had before, and I mean, truthfully, it's not what she wanted at heart, but at the same time, it was kind of a step closer to what she wanted. This was her Dodge Magnum, and I like this car too. I mean, it did look good, it sounded good, but it was a V6, is what it is, and she still liked it, still enjoyed it. So I worked on it for her. I mean, we went out to shows together. This is us and the whole team. This was back when life was a lot simpler, man. Definitely a lot simpler. And she won awards for it. This was us at a banquet here. My mom, RVT built. This is going way back, man. But like I said, when you can share this with people that you love, man, it takes this to the next level. So one of the things that was definitely a big setback, that was the death of my grandmother. Now, mind you, this was years ago, but my mom definitely took it hard. And we used to take her out. My mom would go out of her way, help her out the house, take her out to the car shows. This is her here. And I mean, people got a kick out of seeing her next to a lowrider three-wheeling, but it was a cool pick, man. And because we were so plugged in, not only with the community that we lived in, but also the car community, it was a lot of people that kind of shared, I guess you could say, like kind of more in the loss with us. So they showed up in numbers, man. Like, the support, just having all these people out, it was almost like mixed emotions, because you got, you know, of course, obviously you're mourning a death, but at the same time, when you see so many people come together for this person, my mom, and for my grandmother, it's almost like a happy feeling at the same time. So you're all over the place, but it was definitely a good turnout. It was multiple clubs that came out, just neighbors, family members, all kinds of stuff. And it was great, man. Definitely something to remember for sure. And at this moment that you see here, it was just my pop, some of my best friends, my day ones from a sandbox and family. And we was just by the tailgate, you know, knocking back some beers and just talking about life, man. Those are some of the simplest and best times you have sometimes. But enough of the sad stuff, y'all. We're going to get back to it. Back to me driving my clapped out Chevy. Back to me trying to make horsepower with no money. Back to me getting spanked and waxed by my mom in a quarter mile on a regular basis, which I'm done with. So today it started off with me making my way over to get to my mom's crib. Now, this is one of the most congested intersections, and it sucks because to get there, this is like one of the quickest routes. But it also passes by one of the cheapest gas stations. Thing about this gas station, man, every person for himself. You got people cutting people off. You got people cussing people out. You got the projects right across the street. Yeah. So came through there, topped the tank off. Price wasn't too bad. Definitely has been worse. Prices are not going down from COVID. I keep telling people that they are not going down. We are screwed. but wrapped it up over there and then decided to get back on the road and keep on pushing. So every time I drive through this area, it reminds me of where I grew up at, because I mean, I was born around this place and I don't think we left until I was probably like 10, and then we moved into a new neighborhood. So always coming this way, definitely some nostalgia, man. Definitely some nostalgia. But the goal for today is to do as much as I can for my mom and knock out this maintenance and see what else needs to be done, because there's definitely a laundry list of things that need to be knocked out. All right, so here's the plan, people. What was I gonna say? Finally got to my mom's. Got everything packed and ready to go. I got the jack stands, catch the oil, all of the oil, filters, additives, all that crap. And yeah, so once I'm done getting all this stuff set up, then I gotta do both the cars. I gotta change her daily driver, which is the Toyota, the RAV4. Gotta change the oil in that, brakes in that. Then come over here to her pride and joy. This right here is a 2006 SRT8 Charger, which she calls the Phoenix. Now, my mom's had this thing for years. Definitely been through some hard times trying to make sure that, like, you know, we kept her on the road, body damage and whatnot, because y'all think I'm wild. My mom is wilder, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, man, things still in pretty good conditions. Definitely had his fair share of, like, dings and whatnot, once again, because my mom's an animal when it comes to driving, and the goal is to be able to beat her eventually. All right, so I got it up in the air. I already started the process. Took off the cap and took the freaking dipstick out. So now, what are we looking at here? Oh, the oil. This thing was long overdue. If you look at the oil on the ground, like, that was ready to go. That was it. And then that filter, that oil filter, that thing is clapped. So that's done. And then look at that, new hotness. So just gotta plug everything up down here. And once I do that, get these tires off and start doing this brake change. Okay, fast forward. So she had a decent amount of life left on these pads. I gotta ask her why she thought that they were bad or getting low, but that side's done, out of the way, and this side is done, the danger side by the road. But just looking at them, I would just be able to tell her that they're definitely glazed. I'll say that for sure. They're glazed, so her stopping power is going to suck. That's one. Not too many people pay attention to that. But got it all put together. Put in, of course, all the hardware. I always use my hardware, and well, the new hardware that comes with it. Took these bolts out, lubed them up, put them back in, because if these are seized up, these slide pins, you're screwed. So gotta make sure Mom Dukes is cool. Need her around for, you know, at least as long as the Lord will let her. And of course I want her here. All right, so wrapped up the work on the Toyota, her daily driver. Got the oil change out the way, fresh filter out the way, fresh brakes on the front, still needs rotors, but we still got to get to those backs eventually. And at this point, I mean, this is me doing this like way down the line, so I've already checked it out. The rear is the problem, and she needs way more than just pads. Got to get pads and rotors. But yep, now that we're all done with that, got to carry and haul all my stuff from one side of the street to the other to work on the SRT8. And then packing all of this stuff, sometimes it can definitely be a pain, but I mean, truthfully, my situation where I live at isn't the greatest when it comes to working on vehicles, so I definitely would rather go over there because I'd have a little more peace of mind being over here, because this is familiar territory. Neighbors popping out saying hi, they ain't seen me in 10 years before kids, and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, so getting up under this thing to change the oil in this, make sure everything's up to par, kind of lay hands on a bunch of other things, and getting this thing in the air. Now, one of the issues that I run into with jacking this thing up is the freaking, the jack point. So found a part of the body that's reinforced kind of like a frame, but it's not. And went up from there and was good to go. And I remembered I saw my previous marks from the last time I did it. So we're in business. So it didn't take long to wrap this up, but let's show y'all what's up under the hood. Fast forward, got this bad boy in the air. Already changed the oil. Drained out all the other stuff. This thing takes, I want to say 7 quarts, maybe 7.5. The 6.1 liter Hemi, like I said, this is out of 06, and I forgot what these are as far as horsepower off the top of my head. I'm not sure, but what I do know is it's obviously enough to keep spanking me, and I'm getting tired of it. So she's definitely had some issues before. Had like a head gasket issue. The head gasket had to get redone. You can kind of see the residual from like the antifreeze leak, where it looks like rust is actually from the antifreeze. We've had issues with this since she first got it a long time ago, and this is not a good air filter whatsoever. It looks like it's the K&N, and it did have the box off, but it was like jerry rigged. So I'm either going to get her a whole new one of those or take one last crack at trying to get this one right. And one thing that definitely sucks too that I forgot about when it comes to, like, you know, the electronic control, I can't just come up under the hood and just, you know, whoop-ah! I can't do that because there's no freaking throttle cable. It's all electronic. All right, so I'm up under here. It definitely needs some love as far as, you know, cleaning out and everything, but she has some overheating issues for a while, as you can kind of tell. All of this stuff here is just stuff that's came from the radiator leaking out and whatnot. So this has definitely got to get power washed, but changed the oil, got that out the way, got a new filter on there. And as I was kind of tightening this bolt, I kind of realized that I think this thing has a little too much play that it should have. And the guy that was working on it before was saying that she needs motor mounts again, and that she's been going through them kind of quick. I wouldn't doubt it too much because of the way my mom drives, but that seems kind of weird. And it's been hard to find polyurethane motor mounts for these. It's been like looking for the freaking Bigfoot. It's hard to find. So let me show you what I mean. Or let's see if I can do it by hand. I mean, I ain't that strong, but damn. I can't. Hold on. So, all right, I can't do it, but when I grabbed it from this bolt, I think it had a little too much play, but I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, so about to let it down and start it up, make sure it's all good. And I might get around to actually doing these tail lights. So she got some tail lights that she's wanted for a long time. Now, she's probably going to look like the first Fast and Furious when you see what lights are going in here, but I love my mom. Whatever she wants. That's what she's going to get. Okay, so let's see. Well, I still got to start it up because after I change the oil, and got to make sure that these tail lights is on point and they actually work. My mom killed me. Ugh. Wow, does my truck sound like this? But all right, so they're in. Let's make sure we work in here. Alright, boom. Got the AC on, I hear that. Alright, and they lit. They might be better tinted, maybe, I don't know. But we'll see. And let me make sure that the actual signals work. Can't be out here with the typical LEDs with hyper flash. Oh, we're good. Perfect speed. That's how it's supposed to be. And this is a wrap. Mom's is cool. All right, so I got to get extra. I got to get a little nasty with the exhaust because I love the way my mom's car sounds. So hold on. All right, I know the spotlight got me looking all kinds of crazy, but it's dark. Got it done. I wear a lot of hats, man. I wear a lot of hats, and honestly, I gotta get my body together to be able to keep up. Because when I got done school did a big number on me, big number. I gotta be able to keep up with everything that I want to do, and make sure I can keep making sure that my mom's is cool. My pop, go over to his house, check on him, make sure he's cool, my little brother, all that. But anyway, trying to make sure to save him a couple dollars, and when I get a chance, actually do the work and work on their work on the cars. So we got a Toyota, that's done. Got the oil change done in that. Changed the brakes, but the front brakes wasn't her problem, even though that the rotors are glazed. She's gonna get the rotors when she gets a chance, and after she gets the rotors, we're probably gonna do the rear rotors first because the front brakes weren't bad. It's probably the rears that she felt grinding, so we're gonna do rotors and brakes, get those out of the way. The Charger, she's actually getting the motor mounts done in those. I probably want to say the next few weeks. And yeah, oil's changed. I want her to be able to enjoy it this summer, man, and be able to drive it and be okay with it and not worry too much. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up. So I'm linking up with Reese, leaving now to go and give him the subs that I took out of the Kodiak. And he's gonna enjoy them. Like I said, didn't really want to get rid of them, but you know, to upgrade, because they did me well, and I'm a sentimental seller, so that's not good, but whatever. All right, so we're about to get out of here. I'm gonna hop back in the truck and keep it moving. Just gonna do a once over, make sure I got all the stuff, got all my tools, jack stands, got my jack, got my bucket that I use for oil, for my Walmart bucket I've been using for years. Got my stools, got the old oil so I can take these to the dump, you know, go green, ha ha ha. Not that much because I love my gas vehicles, but yeah, we're good to go. About to hop in and go meet up with Reese. Ooh, nighttime cruise, y'all. Nighttime cruise, man. Sometimes, I mean, it's nice, and this is why, like, I'll definitely do something eventually in the future to show, like, you know, my whole interior and what I was thinking when I did this. But when I mapped all of this stuff out, man, the freaking gauges, the dash, radio, buttons, the Kodiak emblem over there, man, it's definitely nice to be able to kind of like cruise something that you like, what you think is cool, and almost kind of feel like a home spot when you're driving. I'm trying to do way too much with this truck and go in way too many directions, but I mean, it's the only thing I got right now that's running. My other two cars ain't running. I still got to get them together. My Suburban, that thing needs to be back on the road ASAP. That's a whole different story. You guys will see that eventually. But and the Caprice, that's another one. Got to get that together. But I mean, funds is not easy to come across in my case. And like I said, y'all saw, I wear a lot of hats, man. We got to get it together. That's all. This is horrible. But you know what? It's to a good dude. Just dropped him off at Reese. I was supposed to measure his trunk so that I could make a design for 212s so that he can, you know, put it together and get it in his car, his daily driver and whatnot. But we'll do that on the next time around. But at least he got them in his hands. He was surprised to see how heavy they were, because them scars is no joke. And honestly, I didn't go wrong by getting them. I would do it again. You know, if I was to, you know, go with the same setup with 212s, I'd absolutely do it again. But all right, man, that's it. That's a wrap on the day. We'll go home, you know, pay the consequences to my old lady. I mean, it's not really any consequences, but because she's cool for the most part. Well, no, she's cool. God forbid she hear me say that. But all right, man, I'll see y'all on the next one. That was it. Just kind of like a run through of what's going on. And still trying to make it happen, man. Still got all the stuff. Still got the intake, two-wheel control arms. I mean, the list is long. I'm not even going to try to get through it. Like, oh, Jesus. But all right. right, I'll let y'all, man. Peace.